Welcome back. I'm here this morning with our resident financial expert, Derieck Hodges. And this morning we're talking financial advisors and insurance agents and the best way to find out who is the right one for you. Good morning, Derieck. How are we doing?
Good morning. Thank you.
Yes. And so there are people out there who famously stole money from people. Bernie Madoff comes to mind. How do you avoid getting involved with somebody like that?
Definitely there are some places that you can go to do some more due diligence on them. So I think a great place to always start is ask your family and friends who they're working with. That can be a decent place to start. But even there, Bernie Madoff ended up kind of capitalizing on that and took advantage of family and friends. So you have to go further. And so there are regulatory agencies. Insurance agents have one. Financial advisors have another. And you can go to those websites. So, for example, the National Association of Insurance Commissioners has a national site you can go to and then hit on a state and look for your insurance agent there to get background information. The same is true with financial advisors.
That kind of sounds kind of like the Better Business Bureau for businesses, but in this regard, it's for insurance agents and financial advisors.
Correct. And I guess the other part of it is those are regulatory agencies. So if your advisor or agent has had some kind of blemish on their record, has made a mistake, had an infraction, it will be posted on those sites.
Yeah. And so what's the best way to develop a successful relationship with an advisor?
I think first start with what's my objective? So do I need insurance? Am I just trying to buy investments? Or am I trying to get a comprehensive financial plan? Because financial advisor has become kind of a generic term that is in the industry that doesn't always tell us exactly what we need to know. So you have to really ask, okay, I want to just buy some investments. Are you the place to come to? Or I need insurance. Do you sell insurance? And you'll have to start asking more specific questions after you start that conversation.
And so then that brings me to my next question. Are there traits that we should look out for in these advisors or agents?
Yeah, I think, for example, if you were looking for a comprehensive plan, you might want to look for certain designations like the CFP designation. If I'm looking for a money manager to manage my portfolio, I might look for the Chartered Financial Analyst designation, the CFA. So designations can be helpful. And then just kind of background. Tell me more about, how you get compensated, how, do you work for a firm or are you independent? Those kind of things. How transparent are the compensation structures?
Most definitely. And can you talk a little bit about what a fiduciary is?
Yeah, a fiduciary is someone who says they are putting your interests, the clients, ahead of themselves. And you kind of figure, well, isn't that the way it should be?
Right.
And yes, it should be, but not everybody is held to that same standard. So there's another standard called suitability, where when they make recommendations, an advisor just has to make sure that their recommendation is appropriate or suitable, but not always in your best interest.
Yeah, and so what can people do to look into the backgrounds of potential advisors?
Definitely, if you're talking about a financial advisor, so an investment salesperson or a financial planner type, the Securities and Exchange Commission website is really the place I would start. You can go out there, and I think we can provide a link for that, and you can go there, look for the advisor and firm, and get background information.
Yeah, and so then how do I know when it's time to change advisors? Or is this kind of like someone that you're married to, you stay with, you stick it out in the long term, or is it good to, bounce around between advisors? If
you ever feel like their interests are not aligned with yours, that's a problem. I would absolutely say you have to think about pulling the plug there. And then also, something unfortunately I hear all too often is, I never hear from my advisor. I think that would be unacceptable. So if you're paying some fees or commissions, you should be getting regular service, regular help and updates. And so definitely connectivity, I think, is a big one, and then alignment of our interest.
And say, for instance, someone doesn't have a financial advisor, what's the importance of having one?
I don't think everybody necessarily needs an advisor. So if I knew I was going to buy some insurance, I might want to work with an agent. But if I felt like I had background, I've done a lot of research, the nice thing is in the world today, we have so many different ways to access products and services.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of online availability to buy things. So I think it's when you go, I haven't had time to research it, I don't really have much expertise, that's where an advisor I think is a great place to start.
So it's very case by case and just kind of your own situation.
Always custom. Think always selfishly, what's best for my situation.
Well, that's all such good information. And if you're looking for an advisor, hopefully you guys got something out of this that can help you gear your way towards one or whatever it may be. Derek, thanks so much for joining us on The Breakfast Show too. We'll be back in just a bit.